Hello everyone, and welcome to my workshop, or my dining room, my living room, whatever you want to call it. A few weeks ago, I did a video on the nice C chairs that I bought. And I used tennis balls underneath so that they wouldn't sink, and I explained that I was keeping my smaller chairs because they have the pad underneath that'll stop me from sinking in the snow or in the soft sand. Now, one of my subscribers, Chad, sent me a link to another video where somebody used a tarp to make their own pad for the bottom of the chair. Now, he told me he used a piece of Tyvek and that worked very well. Tyvek is just house wrap. Being in construction, I was able to get some without a problem. When you first get it, it's very stiff, papery, very loud and crinkly. People have suggested that if you put it in the washing machine, it helps so that it softens it up a little bit and it's not as noisy. So I took the piece that I had, and we have to use coin laundry. I didn't want to waste the coins, so I just threw it in the bathtub with hot water. Maneuvered it with my hands for a while, and then I hung it to dry. And it's not as stiff, and it's definitely not as loud as it was. So the video that Chad linked to me is by Justin. It's Good in the Woods. He does this with a piece of tarp. I'll leave a link to his video underneath. He may describe this better than I do. I'm using a piece of Tyvek. Chad said he tried it with Tyvek and it works great. It's cheap. I was able to get a hold of it for absolutely nothing. I have a ruler, but it's a little bit too short for the chair. So I've got a short piece of 2x2 I can use as a straight edge. Pair of scissors for cutting, and Gorilla tape. And we can't forget the Sharpie for marking the paper. We will put our chair on our workstation. Try and maneuver it so that I've got plenty of room all the way around. Now, let me pull you in and I'll show you what happens next. Being very careful not to move the chair. We are going to mark this out. Tight to the feet, or as tight as possible. Now that we've got our square drawn out, I want to add 1.5 inches all the way around, and the piece of 2x2 I have happens to be 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to put a mark along there, set it on the other line, and a mark, and do this all the way around. With this piece of wood being 1.5 inches, I have just negated the use of the ruler because I was going to use it to measure out the 1.5 inches. Now what we want to do is cut all along the outside line and get our square. Now that we have the square cut out, we are going to notch out all of these little corners. Now that we've got all of our corners notched out, right in these corners, that is where the chair legs sit. So I want to take a small piece of Gorilla Tape and place it in each of the corners, just to give a little extra support to the chair legs. And now we set the chair back on it. We fold up the corner and wrap it around the chair, and we're going to get a small piece of duct tape and just tape it there to hold it. And we're going to go around and do all 4 corners. So now the chair is inside, but these are all a little bit floppy. So I'm going to take the duct tape and go all the way around. So now that I've been all the way around, I'm going to go to each corner, snip the tape, and bring it down my tape isn't quite wide enough to fold over the top all the way around. So I'm going to add in each corner another small piece, getting it right down in the corner, just as an extra reinforcement for the legs. So now that I've got all the corners reinforced with a little bit of extra tape, I want to try putting the chair in again. You got to use a little bit of elbow grease, but it gets the job done. Now, this chair, the way the legs are set up, the front legs are in a little bit compared to the back. So this is not perfectly square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an F at the front. And that way I always know which end it goes in. I'm going to remove the chair. And I'm going to put a strip about halfway so that I can fold it over all the way around the edge. Just to give this edge a little bit of reinforcing. Snip the corners. And fold the tape over the top. So now we have it all taped up. That gives some nice reinforcing to the top of the paper, so it should not rip. And this stuff is very strong. So if I'm on soft ground, I should be able to put this under the chair and we'll be laughing. So now I've got my F for front. One last test of the chair. Nice and tight. So with soft ground, that should help float the chair and stop it from sinking. Now, in Justin's video where he does it with the tarp, when he folds it all up, he folds up the chair, sets it in here, and just rolls it up, calls it a day. It makes the case for the chair. I have a very nice zippered case for that chair, and it's a little bit more roomy. And it also has the pillow that acts as a headrest. So I should be able to fold this up and stick it inside the bag. And then we'll take apart the chair. And everything fits nicely back inside the nice C bag. So thanks again, Chad, for sending me the link to that video. And thanks, Justin, from It's Good in the Woods, for making that video. Very easy to follow, and it looks like it's going to work great. Unfortunately, it's raining out today. I can't take it out and test it. But the next time we go out with these chairs, I will be trying them out. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, tap that notification bell, and there's going to be a drop-down list. Select all, and it'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.